Welcome to Beyond the Spot. I'm Melissa Thornley, and today we have with us David O'Connor, casting director from O'Connor Casting Company. Hi, David.
Hello.
Okay, so I love this secret background of yours, this painter, this secret painter artist. So tell me about your life at the School of the Art Institute.
I was one of the oddballs of the school because I went in wanting to be a little bit more of the, not necessarily commercial side, but I wanted to be much more on the money-making side of the business.
Yeah, so the whole starving artist thing wasn't on your to-do list?
It was so far removed.
So how do you, I always think of the Spice Girls, it's like, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Like, how do you know what directors and clients really want?
That's getting harder and harder. Oddly enough, I thought it was the hardest thing when I started because I asked a lot of questions going into it. And I always heard, why do you ask so many questions? Can't you just go do it? And it's great when you have a long relationship with a director that you can understand what they want, but there's so many more people involved if it's a commercial, for instance. There's creative directors and there's writers and there's the client overall, and then there's them creating the vision and coming together in a short time period for it. So I wanted to get inside the director's mind as much as possible and sometimes get the creatives on the phone, the writers, and be like, what are you really looking for?
Now, explain what the role of a casting director is and what you bring to the party. I think that there's sort of like a gray area between the director's role, the casting director's role, a talent agent's role, a producer's role. Like, how do you fit into the grand scheme?
It's such a loaded question. We work on a lot of different projects, from film to television to reality. My office can do anything that you need. We have to be versatile in everything and be good at it. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble. Sometimes I'm brought up into a production months before. Most of the time, I'm brought on right about a week or two before they shoot. They're in a rush to get it. They had sign-offs that were late, and they need us to work miracles pretty darn quickly.
David O'Connor, miracle worker.
I used to be called that in a lot of circles, because that would be called at the last second. It's like, show us 5 people. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, so what advice would you give? I'm curious on multiple levels, because I'm sure actors would want your advice, but I'm also sure directors and producers, they might not ask your advice. Like, what advice do you have for people about great casting?
I think one of them is giving them enough time to work with people when you're presented with choices from somebody who knows what they're doing. I think my biggest advice whenever I give a lecture is listen. It's hard to listen when you're nervous, and most actors, when they're in a situation where they're uncomfortable, don't listen, like most people. I find actors brilliant when they can apply direction from a director or from us when we're giving it, and do something that is unexpected and still be who they are. I'm in awe. I couldn't possibly do it.
Like, where did that come from?
It's such a skill. It is such a skill when you meet somebody and you're like, I don't think they've got any talent behind them. I don't see what people are seeing them. And then you turn that camera on, you say action, and they just pop. You're like, well, that's obvious why they know. They just stun you. And I think that comes with a lot of confidence in your abilities. I think it comes with fearlessness. I think it comes with just listening and being able to give a little bit more of who you are.
There are all sorts of challenges that have come up in recent years. Like, what are some of the challenges that you're seeing from your clients, and what are new challenges you have to solve?
What's made it more challenging now with new media and the camera and technology is that people are incorporating all different types of usages to their jobs. I've had a wake-up call in the last 2 years that, wow, these people aren't really good actors, but I understand why you like them, because people doing these YouTube videos and things, they're not really good. They're odd, they're unique, and it's relating to that audience. So I'm learning about the advertising audience, vastly different than casting a film or an industrial piece or something that you have a client or you have a director's vision in mind.
So what's a typical day in the life of you?
chaos. It really, my days are not normal by any means. I wake up to an absolutely wonderful family. My kids are insane. They're 5 and 9, so that gets my day off and going. So it's chaotic because there's typically not just 1, 2 projects. There could be 10, 15 projects going on, which could have a cast from 1 to 50.
Okay, so painter, writer, artist, like this is the David O'Connor behind the scenes. So like if you weren't a casting director and you didn't have to worry about any kind of financial anything, what would you do?
I think I would want to probably go and produce because I see a bigger picture of talent overall.
So this is the point in the show where I ask my 3 questions. The first question is, where do you come from?
Oh Lord, I come from a great family, dysfunctional like most families, and a viewpoint of trying to always do your best at whatever you choose to do. So I came from a very much a family that would be dreamers, but also very grounded.
Now, where are you going?
You know, I'm living day to day other than with my family and business. I'm mentoring my staff into making them much more. I hope that they can grow the company and do more with it than I could ever do with it. I don't expect to be doing this for the rest of my life. I definitely want to go off and do other things.
Okay, and what keeps you going?
My family. It's like it's nice to watch my 5 and 9-year-old grow up. And I'm also learning a lot from them that I'm applying into business as well. Because I have had to slow down. I've had to listen more. As many questions as I may have asked, I may not have heard everything, but I'm listening much more to what they're saying, so it's opening me up to a lot more creativity in that respect.
Well, thank you so much for spending time with us.
It's been a blast.